All right, y'all. So Target has taken a pretty strong stance against God and against Christianity. Now, I'm not surprised. And what I told you in my last video was that as we enter into June, which is Pride Month, we're going to start to see a lot of companies really show their cards and really let us know what they stand for. And Target is yet another one of those companies. Now, I saw this initially on TikTok, I believe. And it said, but this is a thread from Twitter from a woman named Scarlett Johnson. Not sure who this is, but she put together a pretty interesting and informative tweet. She said, "Why did @Target hire a Satanist to design pieces for their recent Pride clothing line?" Let me show you exactly who they hired. This is an individual. This is the designer who they hired. And this designer is associated with a brand called Parental. I don't necessarily know how to say that. But if you go onto their website specifically, which I thought I had pulled up, but I guess I don't have pulled up. So let me go to their website right here and let me show you this. The first thing that you'll see as you go onto their website is pretty interesting. This is literally the first thing you see as you go onto their website is this pin that looks like a pin that could be made for children. And it says, "Satan respects pronouns." And this is the individual that they hired to design for their next clothing line. And this is the official announcement right here from the brand itself, which says "Parental times Target." And there's a bunch of different products that you can purchase. Now, they're claiming, keyword, that these products are not necessarily intended for children. But I have 2 daughters myself. If they saw this with the colors and the imagery and the rainbows, they would be very much intrigued by this. And they would actually probably go and pick this up and try to make me buy this. So to say that it's not made for children is one thing, but that doesn't mean that you're not appealing to children with the design, with the aesthetic, right? This one says "Cure transphobia, not trans people." Now, I want to show you, and once again, this is the designer who they employed to do this or contracted. But this is the phrase that this is the statement that the design team or the satanic design team that Target contracted, this is what they put out. They said, "One of my favorite and most popular designs, and the one that gave Parental its proper footing and direction, coming up with this phrase really helped make Parental what it is today. Satan loves you and respects who you are." This is a direct statement from the company that Target contracted, referring to the collection and the collaboration that they're doing with Target. Let me read this one more time. It says, "Satan loves you and respects who you are. You're important and valuable in this world, and you deserve to treat yourself with love and respect. LGBT plus people are so often referred to as being a product of Satan or going against God's will. So fine, we'll hang with Satan instead. Satanists don't actually believe in Satan. He is merely used as a symbol of passion, pride, and liberty. He means to you what you need him to mean. So for me, Satan is hope, compassion, equality, and love. So naturally, Satan respects pronouns. He loves all LGBT plus people. I went with this variation of Baphomet for this design, a deity who themselves is a mixture of genders, beings, ideas, and existences. They reject binary stereotypes and expectations. Perfect. So that's a post that they had put on their Instagram page. Well, let me walk back that statement. I don't know if this post that I read was in reference to their collab, but this is a post that they had put on their Instagram page that lets you know what they believe in. And this is the same company that Target is using to create these products. And these are the actual products that they're putting out. We belong everywhere, too queer for here, and cure transphobia, not trans people. So these are the 3 products that they have put out. Now, I want to show you this video as well. So this happened actually, I believe, a few weeks before Target actually made the announcement that they were going to be working with this satanic company. Take a listen to this video that this woman put out about the boys section that she found at Target.
Ma'am, where's the boys section?
Right there. All
This
is right here.
This is the boys section?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Is this the boys section too?
Yes.
You gotta be kidding me. Wow. This is the boys section. Oh, hey, we got a boy shirt. Hold on. This is the boys section. We're in the boys section. Ma'am, is this, you gotta be kidding me. Is this the boys section too?
That is for boys.
Now, if this ain't pushing the agenda, I don't know what is. This is sick.
Even in the worker, did you hear what the worker said? The woman said, if this ain't pushing an agenda, I don't know what is. The worker said, They know too.
Target, do better. Yes, we're at Target. Look at this. So you could look like your sister. Isn't that something?
Now, it's interesting because Target CEO actually came out and defended the clothing line that they had recently put out, because I guess people are now starting to boycott Target, much like they boycotted Bud Light, right? And it says Target CEO defends LGBTQ friendly clothing line amid boycott calls. The right thing for society. So the CEO of Target is saying that this clothing line is actually the right thing for society. And he even went as far as to say that it's good for business. It says Target's top executive dismissed the social media uproar over the retailer's new line of LGBTQ friendly clothing, kids clothing, saying that the marketing of the products are good for business and it's the right thing for society. It's the right thing for society. And it's good for business. Now, I'm not a big stock guy. I'm trying to get more and more into stocks, more and more into investments. But I'm not a big stock guy. I'm not a big financial guy. But I can look at a graph and just see what's going on. And if you look at the last month, over the past month, Target stock is down 9.31%. You can see that arrow. It started over here and just kept going down and down and down and down. I can't imagine that this is what is good for business. But according to Target's CEO, this is what is good for business. Now, this is the page of the company that Target has contracted. And it says pride and gloom. We add more genders every time you complain. Now, I don't think these products are being sold at Target necessarily, but this is just the page of the company that Target is now working with. Burn down the system, CIS-TEM. Upside down crosses mixed with, transgenderism. And this is everything that they believe in. And it's crazy to me that something like this could be seen as not being for children. People are saying that this is not for children. But you're so clearly marketing it towards children. You've got like the Illuminati, open your third eye. You've got bury cis feelings. So a tombstone that says bury cis feelings on the bottom left with an upside down cross on it. It's very, very interesting. It's very, very interesting. It's very, very interesting. I was thinking, and I talked about this yesterday on the podcast, you know, the Bible says in Psalms, I think it's chapter 127, I could be wrong, but it says that children are a gift from the Lord. And in a study Bible that I was reading and that I saw that somebody had posted on TikTok, you know, it said children are an opportunity to shape the future. And you always see those people say like, you know, children are the future. Children are the future. And what we present to the minds of our children and how we foster their development is ultimately going to lead to what society looks like in the future. So it's no surprise that Satan is so much after the children and wants to plant so many seeds of confusion into the minds of our children. Genesis chapter 3. Did God really say you must not eat from the fruit of the trees in the garden? Did God really say that? This is a serpent talking to Eve in the garden. He said, did God really say that? Did God really say that? All of these things that we're seeing happening right now, all of these things are simply Satan attempting to plant seeds of confusion. Did God really say that? Did God really say you were made in his image? Did God really say there's only two genders? Did God really just make male and female? Did God really say marriage is just between a man and a woman? Did God really say he loves you? All of these things are to plant seeds of deception, to ultimately tear these children away from Jesus and to lead them to eternal destruction. Did God really say? We're in a very real spiritual battle, more than I've ever seen before. And it's like every year during this same time of June, of Pride Month, we see companies do things, right? We see companies do promotions and marketing, but every year they're getting more and more bold. They keep pushing that line further and further. They keep coming for our children more and more and more. And it makes sense. Really, it makes sense. They come for your children because they can't have children of their own. They want your children. They want my children. They want to shape the minds of every child to think like them, to think that this is everyday normal behavior. But in reality, the Bible is very clear, and none of this is hate towards any one particular group. It's just the fact of the matter is how lost these individuals truly are. And even to make a statement and to say that Satan loves you and Satan respects who you are. Satan hates who you are because you are made in the image of God. And Satan despises that, right? Satan despises that. And so many times, people who identify as Satanists, they'll say that they don't believe in Satan. Okay, well, that's fine. You don't have to believe in Satan, but let's make one thing very clear. You are obviously against Christians and you are obviously against God. So if you're not with God, then you are against him. If you are not serving God, you are serving Satan. So whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to like it or not, you do actually believe in Satan subconsciously. You're just not aware of it. Your eyes are just not open to it. But if you're not serving God, then you are serving Satan. very interesting. It's very interesting. And now more than ever is the time where we really have to identify and we really have to see what's going on and make sure that our kids actually know the truth and actually know that Jesus loves them and that Jesus died for them. And all this other stuff is just simply indoctrination. Because the number one gift, or one of the biggest gifts I believe that we can give our children right now during this time, is the gift of discernment. Because the fact of the matter is, we can't protect our children from everything. There's only so many things that we can protect our children from. And we only get so many years on this earth anyway. So at some point as parents, we have to leave this earth and we have to trust that our children have the tools to operate with the proper discernment in a world that is getting increasingly and increasingly more rebellious against God. So I'm going to leave it right there. The gardeners are here now, blowing leaves at my window. The gardeners are here blowing leaves at my window. I'm going to leave it right there. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Are you going to be supporting Target? Do you think this is a big deal? Do you see the spiritual warfare that we are actively in right now? And what do you think the solution is? How do we handle it? How should we approach this as Christians? Because I think Satanists, they want us to be outraged about everything. But at this point, I'm not outraged because I'm not surprised. I can see right through the lies. I'm more discouraged for them, and I'm more sad for them that they're so far gone and they're so strayed away from the truth that they can't see what they're actually doing and that they can't see what they're actually marketing and promoting. But what do you think? Like this video, subscribe, get in my comments. I'm out.